Well, hello all in the phone farming world. What's going on for me, a dreary Tuesday afternoon, early evening? Just kind of doing a little chillaxing. Hi there, Stephanie. How are you today? Can you hear me? Can you see me? We'll see if there's big technical difficulties or not. Alrighty. Whew, that takes a load off my mind, let me tell you. Going live sometimes for me is just hit and miss. I had some issues with my computer. Well, more specifically, I drowned my keyboard. And so I had some other issues as well. So I unplugged all my headphones and it screwed everything up for the last chat. So for just a little preview tonight, I sent Honeygain. I got a decent rapport with them, and I sent them a request to see if I could do a little written question and answer with them, and they were all cool with that. So I sent them a bunch of questions I think it was last Friday, and they replied back. Excuse me, I'm really congested today, and I'm not really sure what the issue is. So no, the people at Honeygain are just, they're fantastic, really nice people. I've had nothing but good back and forth with them on Facebook. They've answered most of my questions. I do have a kind of a big issue. Honeygain doesn't like my network, and I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. I did throw just one phone per IP up to give it a whirl. You can see a couple days ago, I made $3, bumped that a lot, but my network kept dropping. So then I kind of stopped. So now I'm going to give it another test and see how that goes. So let's get into the little Q&A that I had with them. I actually sent them probably way more questions than I was expecting. Stephanie, are you having problems with how you're earning through Honeygain? And if anybody's new and is not familiar with Honeygain, what it is, it's a fully passive app that you put on your Android phone. You can also run it on your PC. I've tried it on my PC and I didn't really have any luck. Well, not much luck. It seemed to be using quite a bit of data, and so I actually stopped. But it runs in the background, fully passive. The bees just sit there and turn around and around. Ooh, 6 cents yesterday with 10 phones, Stephanie. Now, did you have those phones? Now, I know people have the issue of the phones are dropping out and not running. And I've experienced that as well. That's why I went back because I work from home and I work from my computer, I have to have a stable network. Oh, hey, another thing I'm gonna mention, Stephanie, and I'm gonna mention this in the actually I'm gonna make you watch more of the chat. I'll actually talk about those 10 phones. I'll actually talk about that aspect. Adrian, yeah, I was just talking about how I did install it on my Windows, and I had some mixed results. I'm gonna do more testing on it. Stephanie, what I do is what I'd been doing was when I was checking my Cashmagnet phones twice a day, I was also checking uh, Honeygain, or making sure Honeygain was starting. So let's jump right into the Q&A here. And this is what I did was I just sent this all on Facebook. Can you tell us your name and your role with Honeygain? Yeah, my name is Caden. I'm the CMO at Honeygain. That's Chief Marketing Officer for them. So fairly high up there, big wig. How you doing, Caden? If you're actually going to listen to this, can you tell us how Honeygain works? For Honeygain, the main target is to have access to as many IP addresses from around the world. With a large pool of IPs, our clients can do precise World Wide Web analytics, like checking search results from multiple locations, run ad verification campaign, do competitor monitoring, which I have no idea what that is, and much more. As a crude example, let's take SEO monitoring, which is Google, for the search phrase best Android app. Will most likely look different in the USA and in Germany. That is what your client researchers look for and analyze. And they reward the Honeygain app users for allowing to use their network. For more detailed explanations, we are planning to launch some blog posts and in-depth explanations, which that part I like. I really, it'd be more interesting to see, what they do. I know most of us don't care, but the nerdy side of me goes, ooh, tell me. Why are users getting paid for using a passive app? This is a reward for allowing Honeygain to use their network connection, and that's all they're doing is using our bandwidth. How long has Honeygain been in the works? The idea came to our minds during the 2018 Web Summit in November. We discussed the intricacies up until New Year's Eve and decided to move forward making Honeygain. Had the first line of code written and the initial funding secured in January. Ever since, we added new players to the team and worked day and night to launch it until May. I found that pretty interesting. that really from concept to rolling it out, they did it under 5 months. Where's the Honeygain team from? We're a multinational team from friends who are mostly freelancers. The country spanned from Germany to the U.S. So all around. How many members are there working on Honeygain? 25. But we're adding new members from our own network. Now, that part I found very surprising, that it's that huge of a team. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, I did the same kind of Q&A with Cashmagnet. And Cashmagnet only has four people working on theirs. So that's a huge team compared to Cashmagnet. Can you explain some of their responsibilities? Well, we have a team of 10 back-end programmers, 3 at the front end, 2 designers, 3 marketeers, 3 account managers, 2 support people, and 2 project managers. So you see that they really had a lot of people building the app itself, from the back end, to what we see at the front end. That's pretty interesting, I think. Is Honeygain the only app you currently have? Yes, although every team member works on other projects in their main jobs. So these team members are just, they're freelancers. And it sounds like, this is just something they kick around in their spare time. How do we know our data is safe? It is. Every package is encrypted so that the communications is completely secure. Well, for most of us, we run them on our phones, on our phone farm. So, I mean, what data is there to steal? And I've said this before. I don't use these apps on my personal phone. I installed it on my PC. I didn't really have a big problem doing that. How many users do you currently have, and what country is the biggest market? We have just surpassed 150,000 registrations. The main countries are Brazil, India, Thailand, even though we're targeting the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and the EU. I find that fascinating right there. I really find that shocking, actually, that where they're getting all their subscribers from is, not in the US. Brazil was, I could understand, India. Thailand, though, in Brazil, I understand Brazil's pretty populous, but it still surprised me. It really did. I was definitely thinking that the U.S. was going to be huge, and maybe even into the EU. But 150,000 people. This launched, I believe, May 23rd. But it really didn't hit the mainstream until about a week and a half ago or so. Maybe a week ago Friday was when it really hit kind of big. Is Honeygain available in the world, everywhere around the world? And does it pay for the same in every region? And yeah, it is available to everybody. And is it going to pay for the same for everybody? For now. I get a little worried about when I read stuff like that. What do you mean for now? Is it going to be like Cashmagnet is for the EU people? Is it going to be half? That worries me. I'm not so much worried for the people in the U.S. on something like that. Well, I wouldn't think, but, for farming brothers and sisters, across the pond, I worry about you guys. You guys have really taken the shaft lately. CX, yeah. Did I stop using Honeygain because my internet was crashing? Yeah, absolutely. And now I just started it up again today. Yep, absolutely. My Spectrum internet was having some kind of issues. Phone farmers have a lot of cheap burner phones that they own. Can these be used, such as phones with 8 gigabytes of memory, 2.4 gigahertz network, 1.1 gig processor and 1 gigabyte of RAM. As we know now, it might have some impact on network performance, although small. Now, here I'm going to tell you, and I've said this before, take your phones. Take your personal phone. Take one of your cheap whatever you're running, and download like a speed test program. And you'll see that, and because it will only use up to 10% of your network, what your network's running. My total assumption on the crappy Rebel ones like I have, or even anything that runs on the 2.4 gigahertz network, you're going to be limited. You seriously want to be running this on a 5 gigahertz phone, on the 5 gigahertz band. I should do a speed test, and I'll maybe check out a quick video on that where I actually do that. I don't think I would get over 20-30 megabytes per second on my Rebel 1. But on my Resto 2s, I'm going to assume that I'm going to get 90. Now, and my network's 200 gigabytes per second. Yes, 200 gigabytes per second. What are the minimum requirements, or is there any? Having an up-to-date mobile phone, at least Android 4.4 or PC. So they're not saying that there's any requirements, minimum requirements. I wish you kind of would have expanded on that a little bit. Bad boy. When you run it, Perk suspends me? What do you mean Perk suspends you? What's going on with that? How long does it take to get a payment? I find this interesting. After the payout is requested, in 24 hours, a Typalti, our payment provider, registration link will be delivered to one's email address. After registering, it takes another 24 hours to receive the money. I find that interesting. I'm not familiar with Typalti. Anybody else familiar with them at all? Will different payout options be available in the future? Yes, we are planning on having gift cards and other options are on the drawing board. I know a lot of people don't like taking out PayPal and so forth, and would prefer the gift cards. Me, I want the PayPal. Give me the cash in hand. I'm all right with that. Wait, so it suspends you from logging into Perk, bad boy, all phones, and only had one Honeygain on one phone and Windows. I uninstalled them and poof, Perk let me log in. So Perk was logging you out of your apps on your phone? Ooh, yeah. Adrian, I can definitely understand. 4.4.2. What is that KitKat? Is that correct? I mean, it was well worth a shot. Can you tell me how Honeygain works? For Honeygain, the main target. Oops, geez, what did I do there? Boy. I thought I answered that question. Okay. Will different payouts... Oops, I did that one. Will higher quality devices have better performance? Minimum, yes, but it mainly depends on the network performance. And this is, and this is what I went back to. Saying that a device on your 5 gigahertz network should outproduce a one on the 2.4 gigahertz network. How many devices do you recommend per IP address? Now, this is actually pretty huge, everybody, because this changed. One device with 100% network uptime. If you cannot achieve that with one device, adding a few devices to reach 100% uptime should be done. Okay. And is there a limit on the number of devices you can run on run per IP? Yes, the limit is 6. Now they changed the Q&A or the FAQ on their site, and saying that if you put more than 6 devices on an IP, the others will not earn. So was it Adrian? Was it you that was running, or who was it that was running 10 instances? Was that I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I got old guy memory. You got to give me a break on that one. So whoever was running 10, you might as well take 4 of them off because they're not going to earn. Some of us have many IP addresses, such as myself with 13. Is it okay to run more devices on more IPs? The Honeygain account does not restrict the amount of IPs can be associated with it. As for the device per IP, one is recommended, 6 is the max. Sorry, Stephanie. I couldn't remember. So, Stephanie, if you probably look at your devices, you'll probably see maybe 6 are earning. Maybe the other 4 just aren't. I quit using it for a few days. So my network seems stable, so I'm going to go back to doing some testing with it. I haven't even looked at it since I put them back on. So I don't even know. I actually have 13 going. I have 1 for each IP address, and we'll see if they're actually earning. Hopefully. Is there a limit to IPs or devices? No limits on the number of IPs. Can I run BlueStacks? If you guys aren't familiar with BlueStacks, it's just and the answer is no. This is an emulator. We only accept real devices. BlueStacks is an Android emulator. I've never ran one. I watched a video of a guy running Cashmagnet. Probably was last July. Ran it on an emulator. And I believe he got banned right away. But basically, you can run Android devices, or you can run Android apps on your PC using BlueStacks or another emulator. One of the guys who answered responded like a week ago. One of the viewers said that he was using BlueStacks, and I told him that it's probably against the terms of service. What has been the biggest challenge since the Honeygain app went live? At the start, thinking of the brand name, and now the growth rate of our user base. We all saw the big problems that they kind of had, where the servers were terrible, and they had a lot of issues. And we're still seeing issues. Like people, like Stephanie running 10 devices and seeing poor earnings from that, or other people, like myself with my network issues. What has been the biggest complaint by users? What do you say to people who think Honeygain is a scam? There were a lot of issues with Android versions and too little traffic. We are working to fix both. As for the scam argument, new products are always questionable, even more when it pays money out of nowhere. But we already have 3 dozens of payments done. Even the beer money forum gave us a legit status. So it's only a question of time until everyone starts to believe in Honeygain. I'm not a big fan of beer money forum, but I guess if they're going to put their stamp of approval on it, I don't have a problem. I'm going to tell you, I'm not skeptical really of them. I'm not out anything by doing what I'm doing. When Tuck Hustler or Soda Free Entertainment Tech throws out a payment proof, then it's absolutely got my backing. You'll know when I throw out a payment proof that is absolutely 100% legit, because anybody who watched my last live stream saw the graphics that I make, and you absolutely know I can't make graphics. So I could never make a fake payment proof. It just wouldn't happen. Rashawn, how you doing? Nice seeing you. Adrian, they don't do Bitcoin yet, but I would expect soon. Yeah, Stephanie, I would be looking for the any of your phones that are 5 gigahertz that run on the 5 gigahertz band and are actually running on 5 gigahertz. Steven, how you doing? Good, Rashawn. Glad you're doing good. What I did was Stephanie, I actually had to go in and I force stopped the app. So go into settings, go into apps, go to Honeygain, and you'll see the force stop right there. And that's what I did with them. I believe Honeygain is going to be available for Mac and iOS in the near future. Do you have a time frame? Honeygain will be available for Mac within Q3. So that's right around the corner. As for iOS, we are working to comply with their rules. No ETA there. And I'm not sure how that differs. Did I fully... I'll just hop back to this real quick. Anytime a new app comes out and gets hot, there's going to be issues. And, boy, there was a lot of complaints. People really, it's like going to a brand new restaurant that first opens up. Everybody wants to go. And they bitch and complain about the waiting lines and the slow service and the slow food coming out of the kitchen. And let me tell you, I worked in the restaurant business. I opened up a couple of different restaurants. And, oh my God, when you launch something new, it sucks. Because it's tough because you got all these bugs to work out. So, I mean, just bear with it, And as far as the proofs, I wouldn't worry about it too much. There's that. When's it going to be on Linux? Q3 as well. What is the biggest challenge for Honeygain in the future? Managing user growth. fraud and ensuring enough traffic for everybody. I'm kind of curious about what they're talking about with the fraud part. I'd be kind of interested to hear them actually expand on that a bit. Steven, good Cashmagnet phones running, waiting for delivery of more. Yep. I just got 4 last week myself. On running Honeygain on my Cashmagnet phones, I see traffic money go up faster than just running it by itself on different phones. Well, I mean, whatever it takes to make money. Are there any other apps that the team is currently working on? If so, will the apps be more money-making apps? Fully passive, the better. Nope. We are concentrating on Honeygain 100%. And what they said above is, I'm not familiar with the app makers market, which is obvious. So, I mean, these people are, all freelancers. So they're, the main group with Honeygain is they're just fully zeroed in on dealing with Honeygain. Will Honeygain ever limit the number of users like other similar apps? Not sure yet, to be disclosed. This is what I said. This is when I did my very, very first review on Honeygain. I said, even if you're not going to get into it, at least make an account. You don't have to download it, but make an account. And I still say that. If anybody has not made an account for Honeygain, just make one. Get your foot in the door. Actually, it's really getting your whole self into the door. Because like with Phone Paycheck, I get on Phone Paycheck. I'm still waiting. Not going to hold my breath either. Where do you see Honeygain in the next 6 months, a year, 5 years? 6 months, we will launch on all platforms. 1 year, every household has the Honeygain installed. 5 years, having the first IP address on the moon. Okay, I kind of chuckled at that. It was, the 1 year, definitely, that's a huge, crazy, lofty goal. They definitely they definitely have to keep growing bigger than they are right now. And having the IP on the moon, we can always wish, right? What would you tell someone who is on the fence trying to decide to use Honeygain? Go for it. Let our app buy you a beer. And that's really the truth. Especially for us phone farmers, what do you really have to lose with dropping this on a burner phone? Yeah. Oh no, it could possibly destroy my $10 Rebel One. Boy. Well, actually, I don't have it on a Rebel One, but okay, I do have it on. Well, I just put it on one of my brand new Aristo 2s that cost me probably $35. Would I be upset if it blew it up? Yeah, absolutely. Will it happen? I don't think so. And here's the last one. Would you be interested in doing a video Q&A on YouTube to interact with Honeygain users? Not in the near future. Sure, as soon as the app is completely stable and we have the time. And for me, it's more of, I would have to do a lot more learning about stuff like that. I'd be definitely hitting up my buddy Soda over at Soda Free Entertainment Tech to learn that. Roshan, is anyone having issues with Volcno redeeming? I'm not sure what Volcno is. Uh, Adrian, the Win app. I'm not sure what that is. What app should we use to have traffic? Okay, Is this with the Volcano thing? No, Roshan, I really don't. I don't do very many apps. I just did a video for Tech Hustler, and he put it up on his channel, and I have it on mine as well, about my routine. I'm really do I do all my Cashmagnet. I do Honeygain, of course. I do Perk, and I dabble in Swagbucks a bit. That's it. I don't mess around with anything else. And Roshan, part of that is I'm kind of lazy. I really am. I'm just kind of lazy. I uh, I even have phones that are sitting idle because I have a lot on my plate. If phone farming and YouTube is all I did for a living, man, I would probably have a lot of apps. I really would. But I work 50, 60 hours a week from home, so. Yeah, Adrian, I've had the same thing with, I can actually show you. The other thing I wish they would do is let us take off a lot of these. I mean, this just shows you how many phones that I've thrown at this app. So I have thrown it on quite a few phones. And taken them off quite a few phones. That's my PC, and I bet I ran that off and on for 2 days. But, 58, I would probably say I did that in, in no time. I was probably hitting 10 megabytes a second on it. So, yeah, I mean, but see, what I did was, I don't mind it. I don't mind having all these. I really don't, because I know where I started, and I know this would be different for you guys. This is where I started right here, and I know that because the first 8 phones I put on, well, actually, it's more than that. But where is it? Okay, this one's. I'm not exactly sure what phone that is, but it might be the G4. But I know I started right here when I started putting devices on. And what I did was I went by IP address as well. So I know what I have going on here. And right now I have the very first one on each one of my IPs. I have it started. So I know it's confusing, and maybe they'll get something in the future where you can, I don't know, delete inactive ones. The thing is, these have earned. But most of us are used to Cashmagnet, where you can delete devices off. Oh, yeah, Adrian, I seen the same thing. I saw more traffic on my phones. This is a phone that I just put on the new network. Or, sorry, this is my last network that I have. And so I just swapped out all 4 of those Cashmagnet phones in the last week and put them on Aristo 2s from Majesty Pros. So you can see where I think I put that on. Oh, what time is it? Oh, I probably put that on 6 hours ago. So right around there probably. So you see the earnings aren't great by any means. But, I'm not running it on the PC right now. Maybe I'll do some more testing on that. If you guys want to run it on your PC, let me know. If you do run it on your PC, are you getting any decent? Are you getting any kind of decent rewards off that? So let's see. I will. Oh, actually, I can't. Well, it'd take me forever to find it. Actually, I might have deleted Honeygain off. I think maybe I did. Bernadette, my Cashmagnet phones are way ahead of the rest. Even my PC that's on 24/7. Cashmagnet rocks. Cashmagnet rocks. Yeah, that's why I have 52 phones sitting on Cashmagnet. And I check them twice a day. Adrian, you are on CST time. If that's aimed at me, yes, I am. If you look on a weather map right now and see the middle of the country that's totally soggy, getting rained on all day long, that's where I live. I live in the middle of Nebraska. Cornfields and cattle. So hopefully that little Q&A from Honeygain got you some more insights, from them. Some of their stuff on their first Q&A was really limited. Their Q&A just kind of looked like they got it rushed out a bit. The Q&A that they first had, it just kind of, I get it. And they still, I think they did change some of the stuff on here, but it just kind of looked like they just did like an afterthought. But, as long as you keep up with the YouTubers, with myself, Tech Hustler, and Soda, we'll try to steer you guys into the right information, with some of these. Adrian, on the East Coast. Too many people on the East Coast. Way too crowded. Way too crowded. How much does Bad Boy? How much in total do you think Honeygain owes as of so far? I'm right at $13, right there. I know a lot of people are confused by this. I thought the date changed at 7. Maybe they moved it. So ignore this. This doesn't include the day stuff. Ignore that. So if I would have actually kept on with that 30, that $3 a day there, I'd be looking at a payout in about 2 or 3 days. Now I don't know how long it's going to take me to get a payout. What am I trying to understand? What is their purpose with his app? I guess I'm not sure of your question there, Adrian. DC side. Hey, Roshan, by the way, I did see that you were from Philly, by the way, which is a shame because I'm a huge Steelers fan. Oh, yeah, Adrian. Mike, are those 2.4 gigahertz phones? Are they just limited by the network size? Oh, you're near DC. Yeah, okay. My brain's been a little squishy today, so I got you now. To actually see if your phone is 2.4 gigahertz, if you go into your network and just single tap your whatever network you're connected to, and it'll show you there. It'll show you if you're using the 2.4 or 5 gigahertz band. DJT? Am I a little lost? Yeah, and that's the problem using that 2.4 band. I'm sorry, you're just going to be limited. And Adrian, what I would do is run a speed test on that phone, see what you're getting. Stephanie, that's. Are you happy with the $5 in 10 days? Are you okay with that? Yeah, I was really kind of hoping to get more out of this. What should I do when my 24 hours runs out on my level 7 Cashmagnet phone? Eka Films, go in and dump your data. Go dump your data from Cashmagnet. Restart your app. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to say this. Restart your Cashmagnet phone. Restart the phone. I know you're going to have to run the ADB again. Oh, Donald J. Yeah, okay. We're not going to play politics here. No. We'll get people fired up. See, it's a happy group when we're either complaining about an app or complaining about money. We're all on the same side then, right? We talk politics. No. Can't talk politics here. No. Stephanie, yeah, $15 a month for not lifting a finger. You can't beat that, can you, Steph? And it has, I'm gonna do some more testing in the next 24 hours and see if my network drops out or not. Eka, I just started it back up because I was having network issues with it. So we'll see. Um, we'll see if my network stays stable with just 13, and of course we'll push the limits tomorrow. I had grander plans for. I was thinking I could make some really good money per day from this, but that's kind of definitely changed. Yeah, Adrian, I agree with if the app is crashing. That's kind of like the bugs with Cashmagnet. You know, I'd rather have the rollback bug where it's at least earning at level 2 than the zero bug when it's not earning at all. Well, does anybody have any quick questions? We're gonna try to cut this just a tad bit short tonight. I'm really glad that you all showed up to listen. Hopefully, the Q&A was kind of glossed over a lot of stuff. Ooh, now look at that. That's nice. Eka Films right there. 6 phones. 2 IPs and making $120 a day. I like that. The only app that I know is similar to Honeygain is Phone Paycheck, and that's tough to get into. And I think they're really wanting you to have. I think how you kind of get in is you have to have some pretty good phones to get in. Definitely not those 2.4, 1.5 gigahertz processor phones. You're probably going to be wanting something like a Samsung S7 active. Which show? Oh, Centennial. Roshan, run Centennial on Vigil. That's by far the best app. Jay, the only. Okay, Jay, a couple of things. You don't want to run 10 devices on one IP. You're going to limit out on only 6. I've seen payment proof that other people have posted that I don't know. And a working number. I'm a little confused there, Bernadette. Sorry. Basha? Never heard of it. Yeah, I've seen people making money. Their Beefmaster on app like. Oh, okay, Jay. Okay, I got you with running the 2 IPs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta feed the dog. Gotta feed myself. No eating at 10 o'clock for me tonight. So thanks all for showing up to another fun little live stream. I do enjoy these. I do enjoy hanging out with y'all. I'm going to try to start doing these every Tuesday. That's kind of one of my better nights of the week. Come this fall, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays are out of the question because of football. Got to have priorities. All right, all. Well, thank you very much. This has been Cashmagnet Guru. Enjoyed the night. Keep on listening. Keep on looking. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell. All righty. See y'all. Laters.